Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I like to achieve a smoky eye. I feel like the way I go about it these days is way less intimidating, and I feel like I'm in control the whole time and I'm not fearful of my eyeliner, which is really, really important. We all know the eyeliner pencil senses fear, but hopefully with these steps we'll turn that energy around and the eyeliner will fear you. Okay? I apologize on the lack of videos. I have been sick the last week. I still feel sick, as you can probably hear it in my voice. My tonsils are the size of golf balls, but I'm so tired of feeling like a useless lump, so I'm filming today's video. And it's also the last video you'll be seeing me with brown hair, so I wanted to send it off with a smoky eye. So let's get into it. I'm going to be starting with my eyes today, but I do have a base on. For my foundation, I use the Makeup Forever HD in the shade 1N10. And then for my eye primer, I have the About Face one on. And I usually set my brow bone to my crease with powder, but I didn't do that today. I'm doing a classic smoky eye today, so a black to brown transition, but you can use this as a base tutorial and switch up the colors if you'd like. I think like a deep navy would be really interesting. A deep burgundy would be absolutely gorgeous. Or you can use like charcoal grays and you'll still end up with that smoky essence. So I'm starting with a gel liner. This is the Huda Beauty Longwear Eye Pencil in Very Vanta. I really like this gel pencil because it's very easy to blend out. You have ample time to work it out, but it wears well in the waterline and it builds up upon itself really nicely. It doesn't remove any of the base as you add more color to it, which is really important for smoky eyes. I haven't talked in like a week and it's feeling kind of difficult. Okay, so I'm going to put this all around my waterline. So you can leave it like that if you don't want to outline the inner corner, but I'm going for it today. And while that product is still wet, I like to just go in between my lashes here with a small brush, just so it doesn't get all crumbly and weird. I like to do a few coats of that, so I'll let the liner completely dry, and then I'll go in with a second coat just to make sure it's really on there. Now I'm going to go out of bounds of my waterline, right on the outer corner. And then with this Rephr number 3, I'm going to blend that out while it's still wet. And I'm basically just following my natural eye shape here, just elongating it. Switching to a clean 03 brush from Rephr, I'm just dragging that color inward to make it smoky. I didn't continue with the other brush because it still has product on it and I didn't want to spread that product even further. Switching back to the smaller Rephr brush, the 23, I'm going to take more of that liner directly from the pencil, just like this. And with this, I'm going to work it in between my lashes again, all around my eye. I like to pick up directly from the pencil, so I don't deposit too much immediately. I like to build when it comes to smoky eyes. Then I'll just take my finger and I'll just rub it out. Right. Okay, so now that we're at this point, gives very like 2000s Avril Lavigne to me. I'm now going in with the Makeup by Mario Master Matte's Longwear Cream Shadow in the shade Chestnut. And I have my brush prepared and it's the Rephr Shoto 00. So it's like a nice flat, fluffy brush. These types of brushes where it's like mostly flat is really great with this product, and also have a clean blending brush on hand as well. So I'm applying a good amount on my mobile lid, overlapping that black, and with that brush I'm going to first make sure it's nice and even on my mobile lid. And then I'm going to start traipsing some of that product upwards into my crease, and this is where the clean blending brush comes in handy because it'll help to create a really soft, seamless blend in the crease. I like to layer that over the black because I feel like it just adds a really nice depth and layer and it just smooths everything out. Put some on the back of my hand, and this is a 13 mini from Rephr, and I'm doing the same thing but just tiny on my lower lash line. So this is what it's looking like now. I'm now going to transition into powder products, and I'm using my Makeup by Mario Master Matte's The Neutrals. This is my go-to palette on my channel whenever I'm doing tutorial-based looks. just default to this one because I feel like it's a common palette that a lot of people have, and especially if you watch my channel. To start, I'm going to take this shade with a little bit of this one just to take down the brightness. I'm going to put this right on my brow bone, working downward. Then I'll be taking this shade right here. It's kind of like a contour shade. And I'm overlapping where that cream shadow ends. This is just going to make it look so nice and matte and seamless. It's one of my favorite ways to get a really rich smoky eye. Then with the brush I use to apply the cream, I'm taking my lid color, which I think I'm going to go for this one right here. And similar to the cream, I'm going to put the most right here, and then I'll blend upwards into that crease. This is very similar to that base color, but it's just going to make sure it's nice and even and as opaque as possible. Same thing for my lower. And now you can really deepen it up with some of the darker browns and the black shadows. I'm taking this deepest brown first with the Rephr 03, and I'm just placing this on my outer corner. Switching to that initial tiny brush, the Rephr 23, with the black from the palette. And I'm keeping this even more condensed near my lashes. And since we've been using so many dark colors, I'm going to take the lightest color from the palette again, and I'm going to put it right in the inner corner. You can use like a actual pearly shade if you'd like. Since I'm going for a more matte look today, I'm using a matte highlight. And sometimes I overblend my eyeshadow right into my inner corner here, so I'll also take some of that lighter color just to kind of push that color back and brighten things again. I curl my lashes with the Flower Nose eyelash curler, which they unfortunately don't sell. So sad because it's the best eyelash curler. I hope they bring it back one day. And then for my mascara, I'm using my Peri Para Ink All Blackcara. It's the best for very volumizing, very dark, rich black lashes. I have to be so careful. It's a new tube, so it can be a little bit... Dang it, I did get a little bit on the eye look. Dang it. And mascara always brings life to the smoky eye. It really transforms and brings it all together. So here are the eyes done. Now let's build the rest of the face to suit this heavy eye. For my concealer, I'll be using the Clé de Peau concealer. I'll be using the shade 3 Beige. So with the end of my brush here, this is an IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection No. 7 brush. I'm going to pick up some of this concealer. This is one of the best concealers ever, unfortunately, with like one of the heaviest price tags ever. I'm just trying to get through it, but a similar one is the NYX Cosmetics Stick Concealer. Oh, my camera's doing that thing. Oh, damn it. Times I do my eyes first, I prefer going in with a stick concealer afterwards, because sometimes with a liquid one, it can really creep up and hydrate the underneath of your eye look. Whereas stick concealers are more stiff in formula, so it doesn't mess up the eye look as easily. So I'm just going to take some of this to brighten around my face. So primarily underneath of my eyes, but then I'd like to add some brightness to the center of my face as well. For powder, I'm using my Makeup by Mario Loose Setting Powder in the shade Fair Pink. So I'm loading that up on my powder puff, bring underneath of my eyes. And in those areas I wanted to brighten as well. After I do those steps, I like to go back in with a touch of the powder eyeshadow I used, just to make sure there's no like translucent powder crust or anything. I just like to revive just slightly. I truly had the weirdest illness. I think it was like some sort of flu, but it was like never ending. I just felt like I was trapped in my body. My body was just so tired. I don't know, I just felt like I was kind of claustrophobic in my own body, and my face was so puffy. It was unreal. I took a photo and this is what I looked like. Yeah, I was that puffy. I'm going to be trying out a new bronzer from a brand I've never tried before either. It's from Bosma. This is their bronzer in the shade Light. It looks like a really nice tone, not too warm. So I'm excited to see what this looks like. I'm using my favorite MAC 143S to apply. They actually have quite a few products I'm interested in, so I'll be trying those out in an upcoming video. Ooh, that's a nice color. It looks like a nice warm but neutral leaning tone. Oh, I'm such a fan already. That color is like what I dream and desire of a bronzer, and it's applying the way I like to. Nice and buildable. When it comes to smoky eyes, I typically like to go a little heavier with the bronze, so I usually douse my temples in it as well. That's just personal preference though. You can do whatever you'd like. I don't know why my face has decided that it is allergic to my eyebrow or something. Quick pause as I go take a Reactin. So when choosing a blush for this type of look, I like to go for a more nude type vibe close to my skin tone, whether it being just a little bit more pink or more on the bronzy side. Today, my mind immediately went to one of these duos from Natasha Denona. I have it in 2 shades. These are the High Blush in Fresh Mauve and Nude Muse. They're quite similar in tone, but a little bit different, so it makes it just a little bit trickier. So this is the mauve one and this is nude. I will be going in with the nude option. So I'm taking this Rare Beauty blush brush, and this is a creamy formula. It's a really nice cream formula. Like when you touch it, once it's on your skin, it's a complete powder feel. Really, really interesting, but it still has like that glow, which I find so beautiful. And I wanted a touch of like a lively glow to my cheeks. And I'm going for a more lifted look today. So I'm going to place my blush basically where I highlight, just slightly lower. And I'll go in with some of the other shade, but it's a nice highlight blush topper. And I'll just focus this right on the high point. Very condensed. These duos are extremely pretty. The blush topper is really nice because it's a more balmier finish. It melts right on your cheekbone and it just has like a more molten look. Very seamless and hydrated looking. For my finishing powder, I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury just to really blur out the center. I'm going to do my brows real quick, so please enjoy the kitten intermission. Now finally, for my lip combo, I like to keep it very light. Sometimes I even just wear a lip balm with a little bit of a see-through lip liner. Today I'm using my Merit lip liner in the shade Bespoke, which is a see-through contour color. I always underestimate the amount of volume that these lip liners offer. I'm just tapping away a bit of the shine, but look at that. It's very subtle but impactful. And I want to attempt this again. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filler lip gloss in the shade Light Sealer. So this came out in the Strawberry Latte collection, and I kind of wrote these glosses off in the past because they were too much. She refined them because all of the shades in the past would fall into my lip lines, especially the lighter colors. But for some reason, it doesn't happen with this color, and it's making me really excited because this is a lip gloss of my dreams. It's like a modern version of a concealer lip. It just doesn't look as intense. But yeah, for some reason, this color doesn't fall into my lips, and it's making me really happy. And here's the look all put together. I just love how it feels to wear a smoky eye. but I really hope this video was helpful. The way I ease and layer these products have made smoky eyes way less intimidating to me, and I really hope these steps help you as well. And if they have, please give this video a thumbs up. I'll have everything I used listed and linked in the description box with the shade names, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. This is also the last video you'll be seeing me with brown hair. Okay, bye.